Yeah.
But when a man and a woman know that you can play them in their face and you still there, they have no respect for you.
They order, what you gonna order, daddy?
Yeah.
That just rubbed me the wrong way just now.
I'd be like, what?
Men will stay in unhealthy relationships longer than women. Men will stay in anxiousness because society taught men to stay unhappy.
Yeah.
That mental, because spiritual comment is a whole different monster than a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Because a paper ain't gonna stop you from cheating.
Yeah.
But my thing is looking at the two, who the husband and the boyfriend, I was like, them dudes rubbing on each other. Okay.
Welcome back to The Blackness. I'm Brooks.
I'm Hendrix.
And I'm Veronica.
And Veronica is back. Veronica, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you all for having me.
It's always great when you come on because I feel like we have some good discussions, you know?
Yeah.
Like we get into the nitty gritty, you know? So,
And the viewership increases.
yeah.
Extremously.
They want to see you.
Yeah,
They want to
definitely
see
wanna
you.
Hey, I'm gonna give people what they want.
I think it's because you're passionate about
Yeah.
what you're talking about. And, you know, I think real recognizes real, right? That's
Yeah.
what they always say.
I try to be. I want to share with the people, and the goal is like, y'all are great co-hosts, so I can play off of both of y'all. It's a good dynamic of youth and elder.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Like, I'm an elder too, bro. So I ain't throwing you under the bus by yourself.
All right. Well, today this podcast is going to be mainly about like relationships and stuff like that. So if you're used to our Kendrick and Drake talk or politics, that'll be in the next one. Definitely got to talk about Drake and his new album. So
And those are part of relationships right now too. So that's part of relationships too.
Valentine's Day. Speaking of relationships, how was everybody's Valentine?
We let the lady in the house go first.
Well, I had a Galentine's this year.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I spent it with some of my homegirls, which we cracked up about just life, and we had a bunch of chocolate and a bunch of food, and just had a good time. So that was my Galentine's this Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
what's up. How about you, Brooks?
I just chilled at the house. I'm still single, so
And
you know.
did you cry?
And the ladies know. No, I'm just kidding. Nah. Yeah. I mean, I just chilled. You know. Yeah. How about you?
Me, I don't,
You hear all that stammering?
because I
Little laugh.
don't, I just chill regardless, but I don't celebrate Valentine's. I don't get up in the whole,
Okay.
the tradition, is the paganism of it, but that's another story.
Look, says the dude who just don't want to celebrate. If you don't want to celebrate, just say that.
No, it's just, I don't really celebrate really no holidays like that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But nah, because I look at it as like if you kicking it with someone, whatever, you with them all the time. What's one day? You know
No,
what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you on that.
Yeah.
I feel that too. Like,
So
you should be
that's how I think.
romantic all year round.
Yeah.
So I never was a big Valentine's
right.
person myself like that, because it was like dudes I tend to date, or even my ex-husband, it was like a constant thing where it was always showing something. So it was like Valentine's wasn't big for me either. So.
Right. And then some days y'all together so much. Some days, right, correct me if I'm wrong, you ain't even feel like.
Yeah,
you
and
know
it's
what I'm saying? You ain't
because
feel
it's
like
another day.
Exactly.
It's
That's what I'm
just
saying.
another day. You might see the people on the corner with the bears and the hearts,
Right,
and
right,
that's
right,
about
right.
all the difference is.
Right.
That's
right.
about it.
It's a commercialized, like everything. It's a commercialized holiday. That's when you start seeing all the Jareds, all the jewelry commercials and everything like that. So,
Like, I like jewelry all year, so them Valentine's Day
because
commercials.
I always said, I use this analogy, right? Say, now, if you and I were together and I brought you flowers, you can say, oh, okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool, I got her. She like red roses, right? Then maybe I did it again. Oh, thank you, you know what I'm saying? And then say I do it again, you be like, oh, okay, well, thank you. But if I keep doing it, after a while, it ain't special.
It don't
no
mean
more.
anything.
You're going to know that I'm giving you flowers. It's going to be expected.
The argument with that is because if I like flowers, then I'm good with that. So that's the thing of asking the guy or the girl, whoever you're with, what are the things they like? Because you might have dated an ex who hated flowers. So a guy will take that on and he won't bring the next woman flowers. And she'd be like, well, dang, he don't never give me no flowers. But did y'all have the conversation about what you like and what you didn't like?
Yeah.
And so once you had that conversation with him and say, hey, I like flowers. I like if you bring me flowers. Then he'd be like, oh, bet. My last girl didn't, so let me erase that now. I'm dating someone else. So I know people who like weekly flowers. Like, I like flowers in my house. So I'll buy flowers from the grocery store and stuff like that and put them in my house. So it depends on the person you with. You're still, because to me, you bring in the flowers for me. The person I'm not a gift person per se. I'm a time person. So if the guy took that time out to buy the flower, I'm more appreciative that he took the time out to think about me, to buy me. If it was an Impossible Whopper, you know what I mean, or something that I liked, he bought that for me. It was a thought and the time he put in. So I'm gonna put the flowers. That's what I was like. So it all depends.
I don't
on
know.
the person.
I think like a person eventually, a woman going to be like, yeah, they might be a flower person. I think after a while she be like, damn nigga, all you know is roses. There's other flowers.
But I say, but yeah,
I just think
switch it
that eventually
up.
something gonna happen. Trust me.
Yeah, I said just switch
Some
it up.
way or another, she gonna flip some kind of way. I mean, yeah, I like flowers, but I don't only like roses.
But then that's what you getting to know the person.
Yeah.
So when you don't get to know someone, you might only bring flowers. I mean, roses. I be like, she like tulips, she like daisies, all these different things.
I just don't think, regardless, roses, tulips, daisies, violet, what have you, if you doing some type of flower every day, even if she like flowers, I think, like you said, it's the thought, but it's not really special because he brings me, every time he come home from work, he get home roughly around the same time, unless if he running late, and he'd call me, but yet he still bring me flowers. Trust me, after a while, yes, it's sweet. It ain't gonna be special because it's some type of flowers coming. You see
But see, here's the thing. Then that's the argument you could use with being with a person, because don't you come home 5 o'clock every day, right? That's what you just said. So then I don't even care about you coming home because it's the same redundant thing he just said about me. He bringing flowers every day.
Right.
So you come home every day too. So you're going to have a Groundhog's Day in relationships, right? So it's up to you to say if it's sweet. Like, just, okay, wait till the flower die off and buy a new one if it's that. But you have to take that on with a relationship as well, because I'm seeing that same person every day. If we're around each other every day, it's still the sweetness somehow. It might not be like, ooh, special. It's still the sweetness. It might be like, oh, he had on a fedora today, so he looked like money, versus you wearing a knit hat every day. So it's just still have to learn the sweetness in relationships and the cuteness. Because at some point you're going to age, and when you was tearing each other up every day at 20, now you like, hey, we good for this once a month at, at 80. So it's so you have to find the sweetness in things.
Yeah.
And that comes with the appreciation. Like, people have to be your friend. A lot of people, they're not each other's friends in relationship. Like, your friend got like going bowling. Your friend got like, archery or something like that, or something you like to do. Like, you got to be somebody's friend.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that don't like each other in relationships with each other.
Yeah. And they found out during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of divorces.
Yeah. Because they was like, well, I can't stand looking at this joke
They had
every
to
day.
spend time together.
So I think it's how you make
But
it.
yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, like I said, it's a nice gesture. It's like, oh, he brought me this. And I agree. They're going to say, oh, yeah, that's nice. But that whole of that first initial, that's pretty much
Because of the butterfly. See, when relationships are new, that butterfly in your stomach is the anxiousness of expectation.
Infatuation phase.
You're like, oh, okay, so how the first time we gonna kiss gonna be? Okay, so how the first? It's that excitement when it's new. That's what anything. That's at a job. That's what a new car, house. It's the excitement of it being new, but you have to maintain that, and that's where the sweetness comes, and that's where the appreciation for each other comes in. That's where that learning. Okay, oh, you know what? Like I said, if I like matcha tea, send me matcha tea. You know what I mean? Nothing worse than somebody giving you something you don't like, and I done told you I don't like it. So then that means you want me to have what you want me to have, and not what I like. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, you have to learn the sweetness in things.
It's true, because that's a good analogy you use, because the newness wears off of everything.
Everything.
You can get the car you want, and you gonna like that car, but after a while you're gonna be used to it. You may still take care of it, especially if that's your only vehicle. But the newness wear off of everything, and I get people trying to rekindle that you know what I'm saying, that newness. And then that's why they always say the grass ain't green on the other side, because you want that newness again. But even if you cheat or you get somebody else, which is fine, eventually after a while they're gonna get old too. You know what I mean?
And see, but what doesn't get old, I think, is the feeling that you have for a person. And so that would in my opinion, because a lot of us, and people talk about divorce is so high, especially when it comes to 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds, because we didn't know what we didn't know. So we didn't really know ourselves. We didn't know you're supposed to know yourself. You're supposed to seek God and asking about relationships. So a lot of people that are our ages, they got married just off of, we kicked it till we got pregnant, or kicked it till, we got married. So you look up.
Sound like me.
No, so you look up and you like, I don't even really care for this person. They cool, and then you might be somebody who you cool with, but you're not a husband and wife type of cool with. And so by then you not been married. This person, some of these women got dudes because the baby daddy left them, and this guy was a good dude and married her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's all these different reasons, and then you look up and that's not really the person you want. So if you do that grass is greener on the other side type of situation, and that person is answering your core, that's a whole different monster.
Yeah.
because they answering what you really wanted. They answering who you really are. So I don't like all that talk when people are like, oh, you gotta stay in this marriage. You know, people leaving out now quick. I know people who are 20 years deep. Is that quick? 20 years deep? So no.
So do you think that we're designed to be with somebody forever or not?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
But I feel because of how human beings are built psychologically, physically, where you're not designed to get run through. Okay, that's mentally and that's physically. I don't care what somebody out here selling these wolf tickets. You are not designed, because ask every woman, a man who had a whole face. Okay, they're like, man, this is time. You know what I mean? Or you end up dealing with all them spirits jumping up on you. You know what I mean? And you wonder why you depressed, why you aggravated, why, because we are designed for someone to see us. We're designed for validation of what we're putting out there. So that's why a lot of people respond when they be like, oh man, they see me. You see what I'm saying? And that's not because you needy or nothing like that. That's just human nature. And so when you would constantly with people, it's because you're seeking something. You're trying to find somebody that sees you and validates you, and not everybody can't be everything you need. That's why your best friend is your best friend if it's a homegirl, because you can talk about the fine dude you saw on TV, and that don't mean you want to do it sexually, but you can't holler at your man about that.
Right.
You know, because he'll be like, hey, you know, but if y'all comfortable with each other, you might play like that, but like, oh yeah, Aaron Pierre is fine. You know what I mean? But everybody can't be everything to somebody, but it's still a play on that. That intimacy you have with your man or your woman, that's a different monster than your best friend.
So why is it like, I mean, you know, there's like hookup culture. I feel like a lot of people are into just like, hooking up. And like, that's like a big thing. Like,
because people don't have who they want.
Okay.
And that's how I truly feel. Like, people don't have who they want, so they're like, okay, let me have something. Let me feel something. Let me get satisfied somewhere because I don't have what I want. But I think a lot of men get trapped, how do I put this? Because they're delusional with a hookup culture. Because women will sit there and tell me, oh, no, you know, I know you don't want no relationship right now. I'm just going to do whatever you want to do. You know, I want the same thing. I just want some sex. They lying. They are lying. Because ain't no woman going to kick it with you, accommodate you, excuse me.
No, you good.
Travel to see you if she does not feel a way about you. You get what I'm saying? So even though she's accommodating because that's where you at, it's because she wants at least a piece of you. You get what I'm saying? And hereby, I'm not saying by no means all women that hook up with dudes want a relationship, because we've all been there like, I'm just trying to tag him. That ain't who I'm trying to be with. But if you are putting any type of investment in that relationship, it's because you want him. So a lot of people, dudes are like that too. Dudes don't want to be running through everything. Yeah. Men are not lazy. Y'all are settled. And what I mean by that is y'all don't want to sit there and get up every night to go tag different broads and have a conversation with different girls. And
some dudes like to get it in.
And they know, but when you talk
to younger ones, a lot of younger ones.
But talk to them. But as soon as you talk to them, they be like, man, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And because mentally that's exhausting. Because the body part, you can operate like a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Like you can check out. But mentally, that is exhausting, having to keep out with 55 people and all this stuff, and then this energy over here, this mindset over here. That's exhausting. So
I think only way, like far as you say with females, because in the past, not so much hookups. But women do say that, oh, yeah, you know, I want the same thing you want, because I'm not thinking about a relationship right now because I'm focused on it. Oh, yeah. And then later on, they flip the script. So they always had an ulterior motive. Then I found out there was women who was cool with that, but the women who was cool with that, they already had other people. If she don't have nobody else and she only focusing on you, and she said, oh, yeah, it's cool, she lying. She definitely lying.
Because that's the only way a woman literally, and then if she has someone else, if that person is still not meeting her core,
right,
you meeting that core. That dude might just meet something you can't. Maybe you ain't got no money and she need her bills paid. Maybe she got kids from him and she, you know what I mean, whatever the situation is. But for women, we are nurturers. Even if we a dangerous nurturer, we are nurturer. So you want that. And like men are superheroes type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to save us. A lot of y'all be getting with the villain. That's the problem.
The woman is the villain.
I'm like, y'all pick villains to get with it. Yeah, y'all give it the wrong person. And just like women try to...
men are stupid.
Yeah, and women try to maternal the wrong dudes. And that's why you burnt out. You like, well, I don't want no relationship.
So what do you think about all these like situationships? That's like the biggest thing right now for like the younger generation. What would you say to people who are like engaging in these things? And
I would tell them, assess why you really think that's okay. And a lot of it is culture driven.
Yeah.
A lot of it is culture driven.
For sure.
A lot of it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of it's driving women to say, own your masculine spot, right? Where you going to go do what you want to do. You ain't worrying about no dude. Don't say him. He don't want to be saved type of thing. A lot of it is driven by culture and saying, I don't need you. But look at all them chicks who rap about they don't need no goddamn man.
Yeah.
All them chicks, I said, they want to do it at home that love on them and take care of them and hold them down. You know what I mean? So it's that culture of let me do this until I can get what I want. But they don't realize, and sometimes playing that space, you look up, because we, like I said, we all have been there, and sometimes I be like, oh, damn, let me get up out of here, this ain't it. You know, because you realize you didn't get what you wanted. So you walking away empty. And like our music is empty right now, whether that's rap or gospels, a lot of it's just empty. There's no love anymore. Even when we had rap, we had love in it.
Yeah.
So I think the hookup culture just based on they are not being authentic to themselves or who they need to be, and they're hoping, oh, I can, you know, this will make me give it, feel something or intimacy for it. And it's not. It's literally sex, prostitutes, sleep with people for money.
But let me ask you this: do you think that, like what you said, you brought in hip hop with the wave of female rappers, and by the way, I mean they doing their thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I will admit they doing their thing.
Get them glow.
You know what I'm saying? And they killing it. You know what I'm saying? But you think with them influencing culture, of course, right, for the younger generation, well, how they rapping about, how you saying? I remember Lil Mo said one time, I saw an interview, and she said, how many times you can hear female rap about getting money and sitting on a dude's face? And y'all gotta talk about something else, you know. So a lot of things are sexual, you know. A lot of these females, even they're sex driven, and even with some of their wardrobe they wear on the stage when they're performing and their videos and things like that. You think that's what's influencing, I guess, what he said, situationships?
Yeah, and the men.
With the culture.
Because you had the guys, all the guys in the rap about is they wallet or they penis. Or hurting some other dude or be you know, punking some other dude. I said that, so it's both of them the problem. We don't have a balance anymore. So we had a balance. We had Tupac along with NWA. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had the Cosby Show along with whatever other ratchet show that back then we used to have. We had a balance. There's no balance anymore. So the whole balance is let me get over on you. So you got a culture full of dudes right now who saying they're not even talking about marriage. They just talking about hooking up. And so that's their fault too when it comes to these financially driven chicks. They was like, it ain't pimping if you got it. That was dudes saying that. That wasn't chicks.
I thought that's the dumbest thing. No, it ain't tricking if you got it.
And then tricking if you got it. But that's what they're saying. Like, they're leading with their money. But see, they figure they ain't tricking because I know she want me just for that money. So I'm not being stupid with it. And so you got women who be like, women take it in the space of, I cannot control, because we're human beings. So me and you kicking it, I can't control how Khan is going to be. I can tell him what I want, what I desire, whether he does it or not is up to him, right? But guess what I can control? My money. So I got to pick what I'm going to control, because I ain't going to have two struggles. One, you can't have two struggles. So women like, okay, I can control my money. I can control my career. Why you think black women are at the echelon they at for a lot of things? Because that's what they can control. I can't control how this man going to act. I can't control if I'm going to have a good relationship from him. I can control my part I bring into it. So a lot of this rap music and stuff, they just perpetuate. They look at a lot of where they come from. A lot of these people ain't come from no two-parent damn household. And so that's the reality. And then a lot of if they do look at the broken home they coming from. So they're trying to maintain. But a lot of these young women y'all see that's rapping this, they really want to be somebody's wife. Cardi was married to Quavo. You see what I'm saying? Because she wasn't a baby mama material. Offset, I'm sorry. She was married to Offset because she wasn't a baby mama type of material. She was like, I'm a wife, I'm going to hold you down. That's when Glow talking about Megan. These girls getting boyfriends. They ain't running up on the street.
But I saw something when Glow had, and correct me if I'm wrong, you guys can come. But she was saying something, but go out there and do your whole phase. Yeah. Go out there. Glow was saying something, but go out there. And,
what do you think about that?
So I just say that earlier. We all got a whole phase to a certain extent. Okay. And I think the whole phase comes from you being hurt. Because when you listen to a lot of these songs, they talk about how dudes played with them and hurt them. You like, you know what? Well, let me go live me. Let me go do me. And let me not try to be the good person. Because I was telling somebody, you see how stressed out good people be? Because we try to be good all the time. People who ain't shit. They sleep well at night because they're not trying to be good people. So and this for me too, because I be like, damn, because I can tag 15 dudes I want to tag. I be like, nah.
It's easier for women.
Yeah, it's easy for attractive women. I was
Well,
no, so because ugly women, I'm sorry, ugly, but whatever, like women, women who are deemed unattractive, they won't get a better quality.
They won't, but they can get
something. Yeah, they can get ran through too now, because dudes mess with sex dolls. So but so it's like, but for a woman, if you got any type of looks about you, any type of substance about you, dudes coming, period. And so, but you have to have your space to be like, damn, I know he fine, but you back away too. Them whole phases when something is not there, because you got to walk away with that emotion once you get up.
So let me ask you. You said because of hurt, who, men hurt or women hurt?
No, who hurt them? Because
well, you said it stimulates from them being hurt, correct? You is that the women? That's why they're in whole phase.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's both. Because I know men who because a man thing, and we've heard this 50 million times. How you get over one woman, get under another.
Yeah.
So men do that same response that women got. It's like, and it's a distractionary thing. It's to make you forget what happened. It's to make you not focus on how you was hurt. Because I know men to do the same thing. They don't want them chicks. I know dudes to be like, Veronica, I don't even know what has. Shit, you did it. I was like, yeah. So remember when me and you talked, like we was like, when we were 20 something, right? And so when you had cheated, right? When me and you was together. Look, y'all, we was like 18 and 20 years, 21, something like that. We was young. But when you did it, and I was like, and me and him had like this long conversation about why he did it, right? And his thing was, he was like, I didn't even really want the girl. He was like, Veronica, I was doing it because she was there, and I didn't know how to process how I felt about you. Because, see, I was his real first girlfriend. And so I think a lot of dudes are trapped into that. Was like, well, hold on now. I'm used to being in the hole, and I don't mess with broads twin dropping their drawers. That was his mentality back then when he was younger. I don't know what it is now. But but no, I'm saying. So when we had that conversation, that was a light bulb moment for me. How dudes act. I said, well, damn, so he didn't know how to process that. So his response was, let me get a chick who right now is easy, and she's in my face asking for me because this is who I used to be.
But you know I was never brought up to be with one woman.
Yeah, because
I was never. I'm serious, real talk. Like I had like older cousins or older uncles, and they say, "Oh, you got a girlfriend?" You know, I'm young at the time. They be like, "Nah, no. All right, well, you better." You know what I'm saying? When I see you, better have two. And then not even the men. Older women used to see me, say, "Oh man, you cute." They, come to my look. And they say, "You gonna be a ladies' man." I used to hear women used to tell me that all the time. From my mom and them friends back in their days and stuff, and they was, they hang out and have their little house party and stuff like that. So I was never, no one never was like, be with one particular woman. You know what I'm saying? Only thing my mother ever told me was like, my mother never told me to be with a bunch of women. My mother just said, don't fall for a woman who don't feel the same for you, because you won't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So make sure the feeling is mutual. That's what my mother told me. But I was never told to be with. You know what I'm saying? They would say things, and I took that. You know what I'm saying? And I'd always took that on. But even with me and my friends, my crew coming up, we all kind of had the same mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Because we all raised by the same people.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some family members and some of them had their dad there, but he wasn't there, and then some didn't grow up with no father, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they were, but we somewhat clicked. We kind of had somewhat the same mentality. This is about, just being with, getting different women being with a bunch of different women and stuff when I was younger. And even it went on to the military too for a little bit. And then even when I tried to chill, I kind of got a stigma for being with a bunch of different women. And I said, damn, I kind of wanted to phase and chill, kind of get away from that. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yeah, I know I got to get out the military and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I was never raised to be with like just.
But that's, like I said, the same thing. When you talk about the younger people in the hookup situation, they're learning the same way we learned. Yeah. So you had a bunch of uncles saying, man, don't get married. This marriage ain't nothing. Not realizing at the time, they didn't know what a marriage was. So they were telling you from their broken place. I learned, like my grandmama used to say, don't be in a hole in the street. That was our main lesson we learned. Don't you be in a hole in the street.
They married, them boys, they been cheating.
Right. They was cheating. They was cheating. They had multiple families.
Had girlfriend, they been cheating.
And then they taught us, as long as he bringing that check home, it didn't matter. That's... And so you had all of these detrimental people teaching us and things that we didn't realize. Oh, they didn't know what a marriage was. They didn't know how to be faithful to one another, and they were working their hurt out with each other. They were either, like I said, sleeping with everybody, trying to forget who they were. So that's why, like, him not learning that is the same thing we didn't learn. My cousins them heard the same thing. I have friends right now. One of my videographers, he had to tell his wife, but they're 20-something. Well, he's 20-something now. And she be like, oh, yeah, he going to be a lady. Man, you got all these girls. And he was like, do you know you causing that in his head? Because a lot of women don't think when they're telling their sons this stuff, that is hyping us up or putting us in his space. But you have to tell them, like, I treated my sons like my daughter. I was like, the same way I told my daughter to value her body, I taught my sons the same thing. I was like, don't you be out here sleeping with every gal, giving her everything just because. I was like, you value your virginity, your whatever the same way. Because we were teaching girls to value themselves while teaching boys, like, your spirit ain't valuable, your physical body's not valuable. So that's why you got a lot of them out here, because there's no value in body. When you just letting everybody run through you, you ain't got no value in body.
Right.
And so that's the thing about, like, we didn't learn that. They were teaching us cornerstone crap that they learned and didn't know. So we got older. We like, I think you just didn't know how to be married. You know, so when they were saying that, so he didn't learn that. And I just learned don't be no hoe in the street. But I learned I wasn't going to be a baby mama either. So I knew I was going to get married to have my children. And once you put a certain standard, they ain't not going to shake that. Like said, what we was together for like a year before me and you had sex. Yeah, and I was like,
I ain't been that long.
Nigga, yes, boy.
No, boy, I never waited. I waited, but I ain't never waited that long.
It was about 9 or 10 months. Yes, it was gone. It was like 9 or 10 months. You were lying. It was like 9 or 10 months.
No. I know it was no less than 7 months.
No. Yeah, I'm about to say it was 9 because
I know it was a minute.
I'm going to tell you how. Because when I met you, I was 17. And we didn't have sex. I was 18. I didn't turn 18 until September of that the year before, or the next year, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the next year.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was almost at 9, 10 months, bro.
I know it was a minute because I was about to drop her. I was about to say, man.
Right.
And them boys talked to me,
Nigga
man.
ain't went nowhere.
Hey, them boys said, nah, because at the time, a couple of partners like, no, man, hang in there, man. That's a good one, man. Cause I said, boy, look at you wait this long, get no drawers and all. I was like, man.
But see, now listen to what he said. His friends told him. He said, like, oh, man, hanging there, she a good one. Because even though dudes be running through fast bras, even though dudes be feeling the same, men are possessive about their stuff. They don't want to know you. Even if they know you got a pass, don't do that Drake stuff and be like, you know, it don't matter if you got a pass, girl. Tell them about it. See what happened. Men don't want to know because women don't want to know it too much either. Like, hey, you did your thing. That was you. Yeah. We all on that. We had stuff and keep it moving.
It's like Chris Rock said. He's talking about, don't worry about what she did in the past. Just be glad you fucking her now.
Right. That's what you bet.
What do you think about guys who are always worried about that with women? They're always like, what's your body count? Like stuff like that. And like they have to know about that. What do you think about that?
Then that's something in them. That's a problem in them. Because I'm like, who she been with before you don't matter unless she's still doing the same thing.
So you think it's insecurity?
Yeah, it's an insecure thing. Like, and then what does it do for you? Because here's the thing. If you find out she was sleeping with King Dingaling and then you looking crazy, what good that going to do in your head? Because now, that's why, okay, take the best man. Remember when he found out who she slept with? He was imagining all the scenes, even though he didn't know the details. He was imagining it. That's why he was up there shaking and crying because he had to get his psyche together. No man wants to really know. If you want to know, so you looking for a reason not to be with this broad, or you insecure, because why you want to know? You just reap the benefits of whatever it is, and you be like, man, she was doing all this stuff to me. So she learned it from somewhere. You know, and not to say that she learned it technically just through acts. She might have read about it, practice, whatever. But let it go. Because you got a past, too, they ain't asking you about. Yeah. Because women like, what I'm going to know for? Well, I want to know if you doing it to me more like you did to somebody else.
I never ask women their body count. They'll ask me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like,
like, why? Like, what's the purpose?
But, you know, my thing is, everybody got a past. I don't really care. Only thing I care about is, I don't care about, you know, who taught you this position, that, and the third, because I didn't know you at the time. Only thing I care about is, look, did you used to sleep with Brooks? Did you sleep with somebody I know? That's what because I got to see this person and imagine, say me and you met with him. Yeah. And now he like, you know, I had a gal first. You know, now I got to see, I don't know, he might be totally innocent, but we walk by, he might be smirking. Yeah. You know, he's a tap that.
Have you guys ever had a friend who slept with somebody that you were with before?
No. And I'll tell you the trippy thing for me, because I guess I'm a different type of monster with that. So if I dated a guy, we never had sex. Never had sex, right? And we break up for whatever reason. He's a good dude. I've tried to hook my homegirls up. Because I was like, he fit you better. You see what I'm saying? I just happened to meet him first. You know what I mean? And they'd be like, hey, girl, I'd be like, but ain't nothing ever happened with me and the dude sexually. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I just happened to meet the dude first, but y'all got more in common. Y'all would get along. But my friends would not do it. And so I understand why they think like that. But I'm like, if
like,
nothing ever happens sexually between me and this guy, it's just I happened to went out a couple times with him before you met him. You know what I mean?
Still like the code, right?
Yeah. And so they're like, no, but I feel that type of situation is okay. If that person, if they say, well, y'all went out a couple times, but it didn't work out, me and this person connected. I think that as adults, it's just what it is at this point. Yeah. So but now if you sleep with each other, that's something you got to swallow that, bro.
Look at him. I can't deal with you if my man smash you and it ain't work out.
Have you ever had a friend who did that?
Yeah. I got a family member.
Look,
I got a family.
Damn, family member?
I'm like, but man just don't care. No.
Oh.
That somebody else smashed, right?
Okay.
And then told him, and then he wanted to get with her. Then when he get with her, he ended up dating her, bro. I don't know. Some people just built different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just not built that way. Because I already know I don't man, she can be the sweetest and nicest, bro. Now that's not to say back in the day I couldn't smash her.
Right.
But we ain't gonna be together. Especially, when I know somebody, if I've been in the military or a civilian, and I know the person, and I still can see the person you've been with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I said, nah, I'm built different. I just can't.
But think about what you just said, and now the mentality we had back then about it too. Like, I'm not messing with the chick if she messing with the dude down the street. Look at these celebrity black men right now.
Oh yeah.
They tagging the same broad.
Yeah.
And it's like, so y'all gonna say, and like 50 million other women out here, and it's all, let's be real, it's mainly the black celebrity dudes is doing this. They tagging the same broad. They at the same parties looking at the chick who 3 of y'all not dated. And it's like, what happened to the level of respect y'all got for yourselves before y'all got famous? And is it the NDA? Is it cheaper to get the one that he got?
But why do you think it's like that?
I really think it's something in these men, and that's the psyche for me, my thought process. Because you look at who they dating, you look at, they got a same type. They all look like hard-faced, light-skinned men. Damn near close. Like, they got this look about them. Be real. Not be real. Like, they all got the same cookie-cutter Stepford wife look, right? Because Cat Williams, even brought it up. He said, you notice, like, as soon as they get famous, they get the same cookie. And I would say that. I said the same thing. They get, like, they hand them the same looking type of broad. They pick the same broad because in their mind, that's still status. I don't care if it's 2025. These dudes looking at that as status for them. And they picking the same broad. How many dudes be trying to get with Kim Kardashian? Like, she didn't mold her whole shape after a damn black chick. You see what I'm saying? I said, how many of them been with her? This homeboy been with her. This homeboy dated her. I'm not saying she had to sleep with all these dudes, but I'm saying. But I'm like, and that ain't her fault. What is in them that they literally picking that? When it's Matt Damon married a bartender. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's other people on set. It's other people in your circle. So why are you going that way?
You know, my theory is this, because I see that, like, it might be a female and she done dated this celebrity and then dated this celebrity, you know what I'm saying? There's a few of them. And that's no disrespect to the female for dating different dudes, because men do it too, right? My theory was maybe because the type of business they in, and it's that bubble, and figuring like, well, you know,
she could deal with it. Yeah,
she can deal with it. She in the business too, and at least with her, I know she probably like me for me because she don't really need nothing from me. If anything, we gonna.
But half of these broads don't be in the business. Half of these broads is an influencer or model. They paying for these broads.
Okay, well, I use for example.
Bro, they no damn lawyers bringing that to the table.
Take Lauren London, for example. Yeah. She had a kid for Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
She had dated Trey Songz. So allegedly, allegedly, I don't know if it's true, but allegedly they broke up because she wanted another kid and Trey Songz didn't want the kids, right? So then she ended up marrying Nipsey Hussle, and they had a beautiful marriage. They had a beautiful relationship together. See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just saying. And then even with Nivea, right? Yep. With Lil Wayne and they in The Dream.
Yep.
Christine Milian
with
The Dream and they in Lil Wayne. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying maybe because it's that bubble. At least this is my thought. It's that
I would take the bubble
and then,
theory.
You know, versus a civilian, right? Yeah. I don't know if she really she can't lie and say that she don't know who I am. She can Google me and kind of get an idea of my net worth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't necessarily know if, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing a picture one time. It was a cute girl. Lady rather, she had a little bit of that, and I guess she had messed with Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was on the couch sleeping. I guess I don't know if they just did something, and when he was sleeping, she went and did a selfie. She did I I never seen Lil Wayne with her publicly. Then again, I don't know if they were together. Like, I don't know. That's just it's alleged. It's implied that they probably were. They messed around and were together. She's a nice looking young lady. If you look on the internet, you probably can find that picture. And he was clearly sleeping on the couch. It looked like he might have been exhausted. He done, did their thing
yeah.
or whatever. He was on the couch sleeping, and she did a selfie with her face and him. You see what I'm saying? So at least that's just my theory, that maybe they stay within that bubble because of. Now, some people venture out because when you're dealing with a civilian, you don't necessarily know how much they really like you for you.
I don't even buy that. Like, I get the bubble when it comes to people in the same craft. So like Nivea and all them, okay, they was in like that same craft type of atmosphere.
People closer to them.
They like, okay, we singers, we actors, so they all around the same thing. But when you taking the ones who they meet them because they was at parties, these social media influencers or these models and all this other stuff like that. It's these broads are at parties and in the same space as y'all in.
Yeah.
So and men like proximity. That's why, like, a man would date you for 10 years, break out with you, but married a chick he knew for 4 months because he was ready at that time and she was the one in his face. You know what I'm saying? So it's the proximity thing. And it's like they're not worried about like, oh, she been with someone. I do not care about no bubble. You literally sleeping with the same chick who not slept with that rat face looking dude over there. This one right here who you know got an STD. This right, these dudes got all this in this bubble and they're still messing with the same broads. So to me, it is a psychological thing with a lot of them because I would take my. That's what I'm about to say. It's easy.
Let me just push back a bit because I feel like a lot of dudes would say, well, taking it away from the celebrity thing, there's a lot of women who are sleeping around with a lot of the same men.
True.
Yeah, they all doing the same thing.
That's why one dude will have like, 3 baby mamas, probably more than that, 5 baby mamas and like, tons of kids.
Oh, they just as guilty too.
So,
because Christina Milian, Nivea, all I'm with saying baby daddies. Baby daddy. So I'm not taking away from the women accepting it too, because they gotta have somebody they messing with. So like I'm not saying like Kim had them 5 dudes.
And I think that's proximity to what you said.
Yeah,
too.
like that. Like you look at literally these women got babies from these other guys. They ain't you mess with them. They know you went in raw. They got babies.
I don't know what the guy's name is, but I think he's like some kind of influencer maybe. There was this clip that went viral of this guy. He's sitting down with this woman and they're talking. And she was like, I think she asked him, like, if he has any kids. And he's like, yeah, I got like 8 kids or something like that.
Damn.
And like, 3 different baby mamas and stuff like that. And she was like, was about to say something. And she was like, oh, well, I understand. Because, you look good. And, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, So she right there was trying to like.
She was touching her shot to be the 4th baby mama.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
because he got money. She ain't doing that with no broke dude.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm about to say. Dude, look. And no disrespect to them, but look at Nick Cannon.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he got wealth and he can afford, you know what I'm saying?
Nick Cannon.
And he was sleeping with all these women at the same time because they had these babies around the same time.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing for me. It's like people allow, like my grandmother used to say, money covers a multitude of sins. So people allow themselves to get used because of money. People allow themselves to, well, I'll be the 5th one because he can afford it. But at the end of the day, you look like you're not being chosen by this person. That's why them saying ones who got them babies by Nick and all them, they still trying to find a dude that in love with them. You get what I'm saying? And that's like, because they're not like, and they want to complain about him not being no daddy and complain about him not being home. But you did that to your seed. You already knew who this dude was. Yeah. So whatever your reasons were, maybe you were like, I'm getting old, I want a baby. He available. The sperm
I think he a good father. I mean, because at the end of the day, you got to realize, granted, even if he didn't have all the kids, this dude do multiple businesses. His time is always going to be limited.
But no, hold on. But you're equating the fact that he can afford them to him being a good father. That's not, because that's why you had the one woman, I don't know, it was the second to the last or whatever, was saying how he's barely there. This dude got to be Santa Claus travel from house to house. So you can't give all your children your time.
I understand.
I mean, look at like people like Elon Musk who like is probably never there for his kids. They just announced that he's having another baby.
They don't even talk to him. His kids don't even talk to him.
Because of the money.
Yeah, he's got more than enough money.
But I think Nick Cannon does what he can do, because at the end of the day, He's still got to work.
No, I'm saying he's doing what he can do as far as his job, but it would have been he'd been able to spend more time if it was just him and Mariah's two children.
Right. Which
so
I get
him
that.
making those other kids was him and those women making that decision to do that.
Yeah.
So that's part of that hookup culture that we saying is being taught and being brainwashed and to a lot of people, oh, well, he got 8 kids, it's okay. When you can sit there with the Cam Newtons who literally embarrassing the women who living with him, the woman, whatever her name is, I forgot her name, that's living with him, he ain't got to tell people how he really treat her or how he go off the other women. He could have kept that to himself. Yeah. But when a man and a woman know that you can play them in their face and you still there, they have no respect for you. If you constantly got a woman who cheating on you and you still in that house, please know that woman don't respect you no more.
Of course not.
If you got a man who know he can dog you and don't respect you, and come back and all the stuff like that, and you still there is no respect. They might not blatantly not like you or disrespect you to that core, but mentally they don't have no respect for you anymore. Because the way Cam, and I was like, that hookup culture is being taught that it is okay as long as he got money, as long as he, he look good. I ain't never, I used to ask my mother to buy me stuff. My mom said, how you gonna pay for it? Face and ass?
Yeah.
So that hookup culture is being taught to them that is okay.
No, I got to give you a little pushback now.
Push it back.
I got to push it back now. I do agree when if a woman cheats, she doesn't respect you, you know what I'm saying? Because they're more emotional, right? Because sometimes a woman will distance themselves from their husband or their man and then be with the other dude, right? And then if it's been times where I've heard with women who've been cheating on their husband, they felt if they slept with their husband, they feel like they cheating on the other dude.
Because they probably like the other dude better.
The emotional, whatever. But most dudes, I'm not saying a dude don't respect you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But most dudes, if they do sleep around, a lot of times, and they still married, they don't neglect home. Because a lot of dudes are not leaving their wives for the side chick, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's harder for a man to have multiple women, because the side chick want to be the main woman. She won't get jealous, you know what I'm saying? And I know people who actually went through that same situation. And sometimes, men, you give the side chick too much leeway, you know what I'm saying? She need to stay in her place, and not disrespect your wife or whatever. Or just don't cheat at all, period. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to push back on that.
Okay,
when you finish, go ahead.
But most men are not, they don't neglect home. They still sleep with their wife, you know what I'm saying? They still take it home, still pay the bills. But I'm not saying it's right, The only way it can be justified is if you had talked to your wife and you tell her this is the situation. Yeah. And if she accept that, then it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But if she don't accept that, then of course it's wrong. But most men don't neglect the emotional, but majority. Now, I'm saying some do, but most of them don't. A lot of dudes out here, and not a lot, I don't even want to say that. Some dudes out here been having side chicks and their wife still don't know, even if their wife had find out and they realize, look here, my kids don't want for nothing, I don't want for nothing, everything good, you know what I'm saying? Even with Superhead, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't want for anything, and everything was still copacetic in the home. Now, granted, like I said, if they talk and they discuss that, and that was like what was privy to what they decided, then so be it, you know what I mean? But otherwise, if not, then, she don't like it, then of course it's going to cause turmoil in the relationship. Go ahead, what's your
But what I mean by when I say men don't respect you is if they are in your face about it. Or you find out, or like Cam Newton saying stuff about like, I can go out here and come home when I want because I'm messing with this chick or whatever. When they're doing things like that, they don't respect you. So that's what I mean by blatant disrespect. And but I to give you that same credit, because that's what I told. Because when I was telling a friend of mine, because he was messing around, because guys will come talk to me, and I'll be like, bro, I ain't the one you want to sit here and hide the hand with. And so I'll be like, look, you need to stop cheating. And I tell him, I said, your wife knows. And he was like, no, she don't know, because she don't say. And I said, let me tell you something. Your wife knows. Everyone that you do is out here cheating, your wife knows. Okay? And the first thing guys say, well, why don't she say anything? A couple of reasons I told my homeboys. I said, one, she don't love you and she don't care, and you taking care of the house. I said, two, she loves you more than she loves herself, and you taking care of the house. I said, three, you ain't disrespecting her in her face with it, and she accepts this is just what it is. Y'all in this space together, but you don't want to ask her or say nothing, and you taking care of the house.
Right.
I said, the common factor, you taking care of that house. I said, the minute you let that house slip, she gonna throw it in your face.
All four.
Well,
you take your house and she probably got somebody else.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I said she don't care. And so that's the thing about it. And so they be like, I said, but believe she knows, because if you and this woman got, and I know dudes in this situation, and women too, if you and these people got a bad marriage, right, and he's smiling all the time, you know you ain't making him smile. So you got some people that, because you smiling, me and you married, I know I ain't care about you no more for real. I know whatever reason we got married was probably BS, but you smiling, I don't like you smiling, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to play in his head. I'm like, well, baby, come on, let's go to the salon together. Come spend time with me. I'm going to do all of that, trying to get close, knowing I'm just trying to make sure he don't leave, because guess what? I post them pretty pictures on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And I make people think this marriage 20-something years and pretty. And so I know people who sleep in separate beds. You see what I'm saying? But people won't know that because they post them pretty pictures on social media. So it's like they would play them games too. And I tell them, and I said, please believe she know, because that's why she posting them pretty pictures of y'all all of a sudden when she wasn't posting them before. She know you messing. You know, she know you, because you were very happy as a lark. You ain't asking her for that once in my booty. You said. So now think about what that translating to. Because I had to tell a couple people I know, I said, so all y'all did was taught y'all 20-something-year-old kids what marriage looks like. Oof. So now you got another generation who don't know what real love and marriage look like because y'all sat in it. You think your kids didn't peep that game? I know people who going through this. They 20, 30-something-year-old in terrible marriages right now because they stayed in those marriages. So you don't do each other any, like, you ain't going to heaven. Staying. People think like, I'm gonna just stay here in obedience. God already know you full of mess. God will ask you for a sacrifice, but you around here sacrificing and you messing everything up. So it's a lot of that. Like, they stay in the situation of it looks good for paper or whatever, and they're miserable. So they teaching their kids the wrong thing when it comes to being loved. Like, our kids was able to see me and their father cool after our divorce. They was like, oh, so you can still be cool with somebody even though you break up. The wrong thing. That hookup culture is what. That's why marriage is what it is.
So let me ask you this: what do y'all think about NeYo and his 3 girlfriends? And they all seem
what's
happy.
The deal with that? He just has 3 girlfriends.
Well, he was always cheating. True, that's true.
That's the only way that would work, right?
Money.
And he's famous, right?
Okay.
But
he
was always cheating on his wife, right?
Yeah.
I believe he got married twice.
Yeah, he
right?
cheated on both of them.
Both of them, right? Then I guess he realized, like, man, you know what? I am not a monogamous person.
Because he has issues.
Right. So he came to grips with that. So he said, you know what? Maybe I just need to be in a relationship where I can have the multiple women, you know. And I guess because he got money, obviously he got to be taking care of them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. And not saying that they don't do for themselves either, but he got money. So what y'all think of his situation? And they look happy.
What is the difference between that and like sister wives type thing?
There you go.
You know,
one is broke. That's it. One just got more money than the other. One just got more money than the other. Yeah. Because Hugh Hefner did it.
My thing is okay. You're saying okay, I'm gonna stick to these 3 women. Do you cheat on those 3 women with somebody else? Like. I mean, at that point, how far gone are you really? You know.
But what if he's not cheating on them? He just with these 3 women because he's satisfied. Think about it.
As long as they're happy. They're adults, and everybody, and
see,
agrees to that.
But that's the tacky part of selling, because we'll say things like, you know what? They all adults. They happy. They look happy.
Yeah.
And you get down to why that's acceptable for them.
Yeah.
And the women are like, I'm a sugar baby. I ain't got to worry about working. It's no different than that. I forgot the white guy's name. Because he's in a court case now, but he's that rich white dude, and he always got a stack of women that always be with him, and he be like shooting the guns off and doing all this crazy stuff. I cannot think his name. But all them young girls are traveling with this 50-something-year-old dude, even though he's in shape and he acting like alpha male. It's because the money's involved.
Was he the one dealing with CBD or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I think I know you're talking about.
And so, and I said, they're sitting the same thing with NeYo, the same way with Hugh Hefner. And after he died, what did they say? Man, he smelled old and the house was nasty. But you sat up in there and you got taken care of, right?
Money.
And so the same thing when you look at NeYo's situation, like NeYo played in both his wives' faces, right? He did that I'm a good dude type of thing when he was a fuck nigga. Excuse my language, but that's what he was. And he played both of them. And then the one, I didn't feel sorry for the second wife. It's just what it is because you knew what you was getting because you played him with the first wife. So when she came out all hurt, butthurt, I was like, he did the same thing with the first wife.
Yeah.
And so now you got these other 3, and he's an older man, and we see this a lot in social media. Not social media, but rich dudes. You got all these rich dudes like the Bill Belichick's with these young gals. Negro, you look like their grandfather and their daddy. Your homeboys see that, but they like, hey, he got young coochie whatever. It's like they're paying like they weigh. And that's why I told somebody, I said, these people are paying like they weigh. That's it. If I got this type of money, I'm buying this type of youthfulness.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
that's all it
It
is.
don't matter if your homeboy Con, like, you know, Con got a 17-year-old right now, 18-year-old. You know they with him because they paying for him, right? And you his homeboy, whatever, you like, man, he know what it is. He looks stupid, but he good. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is with NeYo in all these situations. He's getting women. He's like the Corey Holcombs. He's like the Donald Rollins type of black dudes. They get women who they know need them to take care of them. Otherwise, then when we checking for them grandfather bulbous looking dudes, but they already know that. You see what I'm saying? They find needy women. Okay. And no matter what their age is, they're like, well, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm young, so I'm gonna live it up. Da, da, da. And now you getting ran through by some old dudes.
So you would disagree with NeYo's situation?
I don't have to disagree with it. I know it's not for me.
Right.
Yeah. And so, cause that's the reason why, like, I couldn't be a sugar baby. You see what I'm saying? And it because I'm like, I don't want to sleep with you for money.
Yeah.
I gotta like you. I gotta feel something for you. I can't just be tossing.
They may like him.
They like him enough. He like, but I'm like, I got to want to be in a relationship to sleep with you. Not to say like, if my kids were starving and my hands broke and I'm rattling the head, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Yeah. But I'm saying like majority of women who are in them situations like that, it's because they don't have something he's taking care of financially, and they're like, well, I done got to work. They the reverse trad wives. You see what I'm saying? Because they want somebody to take care of, but they ain't got the wife on the line.
Yeah. Well, you know, even stems from biblical days. Men had multiple wives, and the only way you know back then it wasn't money. It was land, your cattle, your livestock.
Because that was equivalent to
exactly.
money.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be able to provide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really have a problem with me personally. I wouldn't put it out there publicly. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. But that's them. Me personally.
But would you be in a relationship like that? Where you're like, you got three different women?
No, me, not really. That's just enough for me, man. Because I already know how it is dealing with women. One woman is enough. Getting on my nerves.
And that's what I'm saying.
I just can't have. Oh my God, because
you can tell the type of women he dated.
Right? Women are not really good. Women are different, man. They're just more complex, you know. Because men, we simple. We simple. You may be thinking one thing is sweet, but then she quiet. What's wrong? You know, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, when they say that.
Let me say, no, we are simple, and I'm like, we're simple. We're more emotionally entangled. Like we think
That's
a little deeper.
That's a good word, emotionally entangled.
Yeah, we think a little deeper about certain things, but we are very simple.
And they try to get you in that entanglement.
No, what I'm saying, no, we are simple. Like if you, like I'm a security person. If you make me feel secure, you got me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So women want to feel secure, but a lot of women don't know how to convey. And the reason sometimes you get in them situations where women's like, oh, I was thinking, you know why? Because they never expressed you what they really want, because they accommodated you to keep you. Meaning they sat there like the same thing. Oh, no, I don't want that right now. You know, I just want whatever you want. Like, yeah, you just want to kick it, we can kick it. Knowing you want to be with this guy in a relationship. So you accommodate it. So one day this comes up and you like, well, you know, oh, yeah, because, you know, maybe we've been seeing each other now for like 3 years and, you know, or 2 years. They didn't express you what they really wanted. That's when you have conversations. Like, I'm a very direct person in a way. So I tell men what I like because they're telling me what they like. And so that way, I can't sit there and say, well, he didn't do, you know, because, you know, you got that conversation. Well, if he wanted to do it, he would have did it. But he don't even know you wanted him to do it.
Right.
So
if women do that a lot.
So if you telling him you want him to do it and he don't do it, that's that conversation.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but women do that stuff. Like
I ain't trying to have you no mind reader, because then I don't like ambiguity.
God, I hate that.
I don't like ambiguity. Don't say women, them women you deal with. I don't like ambiguity.
Well, okay.
I don't like, because even when I'm talking to men be like that, don't want to break down with you.
But some women, a lot of women are like that, man.
Because
you gotta understand a woman's psyche.
No.
Want you to just know stuff without explaining.
But I'm telling you why women move like that. Like, I'm just saying with him in his situation, that when he's talking
to women, that happened with a lot of dudes.
No, I'm saying with a lot of dudes. We say
what?
What a woman want something but don't tell you nothing, then get mad at you when you don't do what you supposed to be knowing what she knowing.
Not really.
Why, you don't deal with women?
Yes, guys.
No, because I'm looking at it from that point of view when he's saying that it's because I'm telling you, they aren't able to be open and honest with you.
Yeah.
If a woman
most
is
of
being
my
open and honest
relationships
with you,
have been very open.
They don't have that.
Because I'm always open. I tell them
Yeah.
straight up, you know, I am. If I don't want to be in a relationship, I tell
mean-
them.
No, you tell them that part, right? You tell them that part. Okay, so you hear what you
I'm
just
not
said.
going to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship. And there's a lot of people who are just in a relationship to be in a relationship. And so, you probably do accommodate at the beginning because you just want to be in a relationship.
And they
I'm not
accommodate
one
him
of those
because he
people.
don't want to be in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely not one of those
upfront.
people.
I'm always up
But
front.
no, that's what I'm saying. You're up front and tell them I don't want to be in a relationship, but they're accommodating you. They're accommodating you because they want to be in one with him.
Right.
So then down the line, it's like, well, wait a minute, now you coming out the side of your neck saying something different when that's not the original agreement.
It's an ulterior motive.
It's an
I
ulterior
found
motive.
out a lot of time. One time, I never forget this one time, this one girl. I mean, I can't even say we really date. We never kissed, never slept together. This was years ago, right? And so she would hang out, come to the crib. This is when I was living in Goose Creek, had my house in Goose Creek. She would come to the crib, and I think she even stayed over one time. So I remember one time, we would talk here and there, and we talking a while. So I remember one time, she happened to text me at the blue. I remember I was in a grocery store, I was buying some food, and she was asking me, "Oh, how's your son?" And I was saying something, my son did something or whatever. Then she busts out and she was like, "Oh, well, shoot, well, let me know when you're ready to have 3 or 4 more." And I was like, I looked at the tail, 3 or 4 more. I was like, man, you almost made me choke. She said, why? I said, I don't want no more kids. She said, really? She's like, that next text came through. She's like, oh, well, all right then, well, you enjoy yourself and have a nice life. So you had an ulterior motive, you know what I'm saying?
They was vetting you.
I'm like, what? I don't know.
But that's the thing about it. So when you say in these relationships, like, oh, this person wasn't authentic, or the woman, want you to guess, it's because they don't trust you enough to accept their truth. And that's all it's boiling down to. But to me, I was like, if you get it off your chest at the beginning, we're not dragging out time. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't see that coming. No, you wasn't paying attention, And so all it take me is like 1 or 2 times to go out with a guy, be like, okay. And I'm good.
I think some women be thinking, well, he gonna change for me, or I can change him and this and that.
Because
and
sometimes
you can.
They're projecting.
Sometimes that's if he wants to.
Yeah, he wants to change.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
Because every man gonna change for the woman he wants.
That's true.
He wants, just like every woman go. You got women who been dusty with you, and then with that dude, she like,
all of a sudden,
baby, you rub your head, all kind of stuff.
She turned to Marilyn Monroe and the dress blowing in the wind.
Right. But that's the thing. It's not that.
So let's flip this, right? Let's flip this. Now I've seen things where they have women who had a husband, or I guess or multiple dudes, and they're content with that.
Yeah.
Do you think these dudes are simps, or what?
Them dudes is gay. And I said what I say. Them dudes.
Break it down for us.
Because I seen and this.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I seen a couple of them, and I'm gonna tell you when you look at the quality of these people, I'm gonna leave it like that. Look at the quality of these people in these threesomes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
like 2 dudes.
Yes, 2 dudes.
I recently seen a video.
You ain't see, it's a couple of them. Yes, black.
I seen a black lady. Yeah. Shorty, I guess one dude
and got
was
another
a husband.
dude to add to it.
One dude was a husband, and she had another dude. And we're going to meet this new dude. I'm so glad y'all finally. I'm like, but wait a minute. Do she sleep with all 3 of them at the same time?
She has sex with all of them, like separate times and stuff like that. And I was like, they never said if they would, ever tag team or whatever. Yeah. But my thing is looking at the 2 who the husband and the boyfriend. I was like, them dudes rubbing on each other. Okay.
Something going on.
And so I was like, so when you see, and because the reason I said people who get into these situations have other issues that are not resolved leading to this, it's a distractionary thing. Yeah. Because men don't want, like right now, majority of dudes I know, real talk, they don't even want twosomes. They like, girl, I'm good. You know what I mean? So women ain't trying to get run through by 2, 3 dudes at the same time. Or hop from dude to dude to dude to dude.
That's their fantasy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even your fantasy is all connected to something mentally. So people don't want to be inconvenient because they know the energy it takes for a good orgasm. So you thinking I'm about to go 2, 3 rounds with you, bro? That's why. No, I'm telling you. That's why when you see the porn and stuff like that, you gotta handle it. One dude from the front, one dude from the back, because both of them trying to get it in all at the same time. So it's like that's what when I saw this, I was like, oh, these are some real simp ass dudes. I'm like, and she's getting them, and they're like, so some are like men who like dominatrix stuff. I know dudes who like that, So it's like that thought process is like you're literally okay with somebody, this woman that you supposed to care about, you can't care about her like you say. You cool with her. But this ain't no I'm in love with this woman. Because she's sleeping with this dude. And people say, oh, well, people do it secretly. I'd rather you do that than in my face. And And so that when I saw that, I was like, these dudes look like some.
I was like, what
I mean,
in the world is...
some of them could be like the cuck people, like people
The
who just like to
cuckold?
who
watch.
like to be cuckolded, yeah.
They like
do.
to watch though, like
I know
some
people
of those.
who like to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
and to me, anytime, because I had friends and stuff like that in them situations, and they was like they man like to watch. I was like, girl, that ain't your man. If your man like see you getting power drive by another dude,
Yes,
that ain't your man.
yes.
I said that's something out with him. He like punishment. He like
what do you
mental
think
punishment.
about this woman who's gaining a lot of popularity? I think she might be like an OnlyFans influencer or something like that. But she's been sleeping around like
the one with the 1,000 men?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100
yeah,
men
yeah,
in
yeah.
one day, and then now 1,000.
Did I send you that?
Yeah.
And she's like boasting, like,
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about that? I mean,
Think about
first of all,
think
it's
about the
sad that
men.
all those men. Yeah.
Right.
Go
Think
ahead.
about them. You literally bump sloppy seconds.
Your
Yeah.
box is raggedy.
Right. You sitting there
Ugh,
slipping, and
raggy
even if
box.
all of them got condoms on. Think about to go do
And
1,000 men, you ain't getting no orgasm.
It's
You just sticking
one
the movie.
after another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They sticking
Like-
the
So
movie.
what are they
It's
just?
weird.
Are they busting or
No,
they
they ain't
just
busting.
stroking
There ain't
and
no
getting
way.
up?
Ain't no
So
way
she-
you busting 1,000 dudes in that 24-hour time frame that she said she had, right? Because when I saw, even when she did the 100,
Yeah.
her and there was a girl before her did 100 something. They literally go into them dudes getting a couple pumps, and I was like, so this the only way you could get attention is to literally slip up behind this dusty dude behind you with a condom on, and they show all these young, and it's all like young white dudes, and they all behind her, and I'm like, literally, so you laying there, stick, finish, stick, he out, stick. I was like, the
crazy.
disrespect for yourself physically, you know what I'm saying? The dudes too. I'm like, don't they, and I was like, they need to release the names. I bet if they asked them dudes to release their names, who been with her, what they would, a majority I wouldn't even tell you.
And you know,
because they don't want nobody to know they did that, man.
What's
Yeah.
sad is well, not sad. Eventually, this is how men approach. Eventually, somebody will probably still marry her.
Oh, yeah.
You know, men are just. I know.
They gonna marry her.
Trust me, it may
Somebody
be an
gonna marry her.
older man or somebody who just freak like that. Oh wow, that turned me on, and he might want to see her. You know,
Yeah.
the sad thing is about that is eventually if she do have kids. Because once it's on the internet, it's
Yeah.
there forever.
Mhm.
And the sad thing is, they find it out, and kids are cool. They're gonna tease her kids.
Because that same thing happened to Jama
So that's
Jemison. Was it Jana Jemison? What's her name? Jama, the blonde one, the blonde porn
You
star.
know Brooks. What's her
Yeah,
name?
Jenna
Jameson.
Jenna
I think.
Jameson, yeah.
Okay.
Like, so same thing with her. Her husband met her in the porn industry, all the stuff like that. They got married. She stayed in the porn industry for a little while before she stopped. But he still had that streak about he didn't like it. He started abusing her, all this stuff. I said, because it don't even matter if the men meet you in that space. They don't even want you in that space no more. Then you think about, old girl, what's the other chick? When she was a porn star, she had to stop. Or you look at Superhead's sons was getting told, her kids
Yeah.
in school who she
Of
was.
course.
So she was like, she
Damn.
stopped during that time. I said, but once it's out there,
It's
out
that
there.
disrespect is out there.
out
And
there,
so,
man.
but you look at the type, real talk, look at the type of men they end up with. Because when Superhead was with old boy off of Family Matters.
Oh,
Whatever.
Darius
yeah,
McCray.
yeah. You look at all the issues he got, the drug issues he still got. Right now, he just paid for a tranny to have a whole sex change.
Talking about Sydney stuff.
Yeah. And I was like, whatever, trash, I don't know what she is or whatever. And then I was like, you have to think about the psyche of that type of man. Then he all on drugs and everything else. So you looking like you got to get with a man who can remove reality with
Yeah,
stuff
he
like
has
that.
to.
You know what I'm saying? He got to be able to remove reality.
You can call me my pride, whatever you want to say. I can't do it.
And you ain't the only one because I couldn't date a stripper.
do it.
I've been to
I
3
can't do
strip,
it.
what is it, revivals, whatever they call. Because my homegirls like to go. I'm not a person for strippers. That's just not me. And so every time I would leave these things, it never fails. One of the dancers always run up on me. Ask me, and they're not bad dudes. They're real respectful when they run up on me, everything like that. And they be like, "Hey, I want to take you to breakfast." You leaving like 2 or 3 in the morning and stuff. And I always let each one of them. I was like, "No, thank you. I'm good." Because me personally, you just had your penis in old girl face. You just was humping the floor, bro. So meet me in the street, maybe, and I didn't know, but that right there didn't do it for me. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. So I know you can call me whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't do it either.
But
so.
you know what though? Real talk, I could see Brooks in a relationship like that.
With a stripper?
No, with being one of the 3 dudes with the.
No, I would never. I would never.
Because
I'm more of a traditional
you
person.
calm. You so
I'm
mild-mannered.
traditional. And
Look, so you ain't never had no gangbang. You ain't never did that.
You talking about run a train?
Riding trains,
Run a train?
all that.
that's what. Yeah.
Long time ago in the
Okay. There you go.
See.
Yeah.
But I mean, like-
I can't be with no. I can't.
Because that wasn't your
with a
woman.
girl.
Yeah, that wasn't your woman.
Yeah. And then the dude married, end up marrying her.
But you know what? It's a lot of y'all dudes out here who y'all wives was in high school and them chicks was on trains, and I'd be like, damn, she was. It'd be a shot. It'd be a shot.
But women too.
And it's okay. Here's the thing: if that person say that was some young stuff, that was something I experienced, and they grow mentally, whatever the reason was that made them do it, and they grew out of that, I don't see it as a problem. You know, them marrying somebody, some of that, because that's not the same person. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, they figured out what made that. Like when you talk about Jenna Jameson or whatever, the porn star, and she told you about her past, you see what drove her into porn. You know what I mean? So once you get that help and get situated.
But you know what, though? I mean, you about to say something, make a point?
No, go ahead.
Well, this is my opinion. I'm sure you're going to have an opinion. You have an opinion. I think women are emotionally strong, and I'll tell you why I say this. A woman can be with a man and she cheat and still, even if she love him, even if he taking care of the home, and eventually if he stop and she can take him, and not saying a man can't, but it's harder for men, definitely for me. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's harder for men to be, like some women can, you can't, but some women can date dudes and they know they dudes strip. And sit in the club and stuff like that, get all our money up. Yeah, my girl pick up all the money.
But see, he messing with somebody else.
That's true. I get that, you know. But it's always gonna be, I think it's gonna be a little harder for men. And some men may do it, and after a while, you know, it start playing on your nerve, like, man, you know, you going to him a little too much, you know what I'm saying? This and that, you know. I just think women are emotionally strong in that aspect to be able to take a dude back from, you know, and I don't know why, and then, you know, they hate to go back. Yeah, it's the way they were. And even back to biblical days where they would know that, you know, that you got another wife, but you taking care of me and we having kids, and they can be in harmony. That even still in some Muslim cultures, they still do that. You know what I'm saying? I think you're right. It's just the way women are wired. Men are just not wired that way. You know what I'm saying?
We're wired, psychologically, brain waves wise, that we're more loving, more nurturing, more understanding. So we try to get understanding. Men are more wired, more possessively, more hunter gatherer.
Yeah, you're right.
So and then society wired us to be okay with women sleeping together, right? Like make that sexy. That's cute. That's why you got all the rap girls. You know, you got rap girls who ain't even gay, who ain't queer, none of that, but they still will try to infer it. And videos and stuff like that. But for a man to infer, or for a man, or off the bat, you lost all your masculinity on the floor. So you can't come back the same way. When you cheat, we were taught, men they're mechanical. So if they're sleeping with women and cheating, it doesn't mean anything.
Sometimes it don't.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it don't. For women, a woman to hurt a man that she loves by way of that means she actually had something attached to this dude.
Right.
Like it's something there. So that's why it's more like emotional with us.
Yeah,
now, not to say when you get a woman in that space and she detached.
Oh yeah.
Or she one of the most lethal predators on this planet. You understand? So that's the thing about it. It's like you can't take that. Your psyche can't take that.
Nobody can hurt a man like a woman.
I'll tell you now.
A man can only hurt you physically.
Yeah.
But because eventually you gonna heal from it. But the emotional scars they run
you
real deep.
That's why a lot of men don't really open up about things.
That's why.
But that's the problem. But see, and it's because you don't. You have to learn. Society taught you not to trust being weak, right? And then you had a handful of women who used that against those men, right? Every dude I've ever been with never threw anything they ever told me on my face, because I know once you fracture that dude, he fractured. Like that's why you never say, oh boy was better and bad to you. Because you know that's a wrap on his whole psyche. He ain't coming back from that. And so when you care about someone, you wish them the best, and keep it moving. Because I know them points that's gonna hurt you. Like I'm a very lethal person. That's why I watch what I say to people, because even when I'm just having casual conversations sometimes. But it's like, and for me, if I loved or cared about you, I'm not gonna throw that in your face.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, unless I don't want you back in my face. Now I burn a whole block. But it's like, but that's the thing about men. I think a lot of men don't realize it's a lot of women in their life that they can trust themselves with, but they haven't given themselves that space to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women that'll hold you down. It's that woman that'll rub your head, but like, I got you. It's that woman that'll sit there and say, okay, hold a knife for you. It's that woman that'll sit there when you get impotent and she try to help you. It's that woman that's going to be there. You have to know it's okay to give her that opportunity, because vulnerability is strength. Yeah. You talking to somebody
That's
you can drag it out of me.
Vulnerability is the ultimate strength.
You can drag vulnerability out of me.
Who's the one woman in your life, whether it be friend, family member, that you think of off top that hold you down like nobody else?
Oh, I got about well, 3 best friends, but
Who's the one woman that stands out the most? Whether it
Isha.
could be Isha,
Yeah.
your friend.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
I mean, I've got a lot of women in my life that like,
Well,
are good. So yeah,
so there's no one particular one stick out to you?
no.
No one particular.
yeah, I got like all mine about the same. But if I said to pick one, I guess I pick Isha.
Isha.
But yeah, you.
I hate to sound like cliche. I guess it had to be my mom.
And see, but that's the thing for
Could that
men.
be the only woman?
It's like, who
Yeah.
gonna hold that lie? Who gonna hold the
Yeah.
secret? Who gonna hold your heart and not hurt you? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's always your mom.
But then my mama don't.
Your mom don't know everything about you.
I was about to say that. My mama don't know. And then, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me get, from the years, how long we known each other?
30, about 30, almost 30.
And be honest, did I ever seem like a mama's boy to you?
No.
And that's the thing. I never, never,
I
ever
think
was
you never seemed like a mama's boy though, because you had to be the man of your household. Your mom,
Right.
Like his mom, I ain't tell you mom business, but
Yeah.
his mom was married. So
Yeah.
she taught him the same way my ex-husband, his mom wasn't married.
Mm-hmm.
So they were taught to cook, clean, take care of that house, and then
Pay
that manly
bills.
instinct, that
Pay
masculine
bills.
instinct in them is, let me take care of my mother. That's when you have your kids go on the street and flip drugs, try to hold a house down, or get another
Which
job.
I didn't
try to
have
hold-
to do that. My mom was a
No,
nurse,
I'm
so-
saying like, I'm
But
just
yeah,
using
yeah,
that as an
I know,
example.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jay-Z, all of them, they was like, I felt I had to take care of my mama.
Yeah.
Because that masculine part of you kicks in to hold them down. So you always gonna know your mama got you. Like my sons know unequivocally, my mama gonna hold me down. My mama ain't gonna take my side on some bull crap, but my mama gonna hold me down.
And see, and just like with your sons, if they was asked the same question, they would probably say, "What female from their show?" They probably would say that
they
until they get more life experience.
Yeah.
But that's why I said friend or family member. It could be an aunt. Some people could be their grandmother, or it could be a cousin that was always there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for me, it was like my mom. But like you said too, my mama don't know everything about me.
But
She
see, but
don't look
that's
at-
that woman. You haven't until you. But the difference is when you get in a relationship with a man or a woman, and you got that intimacy where they got you. You know what I mean? Like you could tell them whatever, and they got you on that level, like how you think your mom has you, but they know a little. They know you more on that intimate level. That can't be touched by no mom or dad.
Right,
And that's what I tell people. I
And it
said
shouldn't,
I can love my sons right now, but once they get into the right gal,
Yeah,
it don't matter what I'm saying.
That don't matter
too.
what you say. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah, and
That's
so
another level.
and that's the thing. I think men and women need those people because that's the one you're gonna be the most intimate with. Is that person who got your heart, your faith, whatever, and you can trust them. Like I never thought like if I told Con something, he won't run his mouth. You know what I mean? Like I never thought that about him.
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Hendrix. So I was like, y'all know. Yeah, but I never trust Hendrix to run his mouth. And like all my friends are not like that. And this is just you vetting people.
Nah. I've never been like that, man.
Let me ask you guys this: what do you guys think of like? Because I'm a very
Crybaby.
my sister always says that I want like a traditional relationship,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
very traditional. But I kind of came from a very traditional household in a way. Like both of my parents were in my life, and they were together, and they were together for 40 something years. Like, so that's kind of where I came from. Not that I like. When I say that, I'm not like the person who wants like a trad wife, like where they like stay home and they're like cooking like the Nara Smiths and whoever else is out there.
Essie or whatever name was.
All those women out there who are doing that. Like I want my like girl to like do whatever she wants to do and like still be at home and we be in a relationship. I'm not looking for, when I say traditional, I'm not looking for like the poly relationships like we've been talking about today. Like I'm not looking for anything like that. I'm looking for something that's not a situationship, not any of these other things that people are. And I'll wait until I find that, even if it's like
What if you never?
it means that
what if
I'm
it
like
never
single.
comes?
Well,
Then what you do?
I mean, like the way I feel is like if I'm not really right now. I'm more career focused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I
like if
get
I
that.
find the right relationship, cool.
Of course, but what if
but-
like you career focused, things eventually panning out, because it take time, career, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let's say it's done like, and because it can happen, time can escape you. You can wake up like, dang, you know what?
I'm
My
40.
career been going. Yeah, my career been going.
I'm
good.
never gonna do.
38.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm never
But
gonna be
what if
doing
it
that
doesn't
situation
happen?
stuff.
No.
Chris.
But what would you
Yeah.
do if it does? You just still just going to keep the faith and just keep working?
I'm just
And
keep
if
waiting.
not,
I
just
mean,
be
I'd
by
rather
yourself.
I honestly rather be single than to be in a situation
and have no
or something like that.
no interaction with no woman
I really
whatsoever.
think that people who are in like situationships don't really like themselves. I mean, I truly believe that. Like, I mean, you gotta, I mean, have some respect for yourself. Like at a certain point, like, you know, but
Maybe
I
they
mean,
do. That's just where they at right at this
But
point
I
in
like
their
I
life.
like what
yeah, but I
Brooks
mean,
is
like
saying.
at a certain point, like especially if I'm like 40, that's weird to be
Right.
like 40 and be in a
I mean,
situationship.
I get
To
that.
me,
I mean,
If you-
I
if you-
get it. I get it.
I like
Yeah.
when Brooks is saying this as a traditional person. I'm a traditional person.
okay.
But maybe we saying tradition as far as ain't no situationship.
Yeah.
It's me and you.
Yes,
Me and you. That's
exactly.
it. And so that the thing is, I think that's a great thing to have to feel because it is you want to connect more than just physically with someone. And
Yeah.
so when people say, "Oh man, you just want you and that person," it's because they. I mean, majority of people can't handle being in a relationship with one person, but somehow we talking polys and foursomes and all this other stuff. But they can't even handle mentally or physically. It's 38-year-olds that can't get it up to keep up with a 50-year-old chick, and so but somehow you got 2-3 gals. You know what I mean? So when you're saying that, you're letting your mental, your physical stuff, and out into the universe and saying, "This is what I desire. This is what I want." And so if God ain't tell you you ain't gonna find her, you gonna find her. And she gonna come to you because she like, oh, this is what I want to. Majority of people don't want to be in a relationship with 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Majority of people don't want to be in a situationships. Men want to come home to that woman they can talk to and or feed them and rub their head or whatever like that situation. I said just like majority of women want to come. Like sometimes I have a hard day. I love to have a dude just hug me and say you good. You get what I'm saying? And you want it to be from someone who means that, not just I'm a hookup.
Yeah.
And so when you're in those space, I think you are maintaining and doing the right thing. And now if you're getting divorced and y'all out of divorce and you're trying to find yourself, that's different. You dating. But, and whatever the situationships y'all have. But I don't do them either because I like definitive boundaries. Like I said, I don't do ambiguity.
Right.
You ain't about to be mine and hers.
I just think
That's
that
just me, though.
you have to be like a very empty person inside to be okay with that. I don't
So,
know.
so
like,
well,
that's just how I feel about
the
that.
situationship. Define that. What is? Because I
If
can look.
if you and this person are not in a relationship and y'all just tagging each other,
Okay.
right? That's a situationship. That's that type. That's the type of situationship. If y'all in a poly relationship, that's still a situationship.
Okay.
I said anything other than what we claim is traditional between man and woman. 'Cause even you go back to biblical when you was mentioning earlier the biblical. Let's take biblical principles and everything. When they say, "Oh, well, man wasn't meant to be with one woman," a lot of these women couldn't eat without a man. People tend to forget that little piece of biblical tradition when you study and
Hell,
you're a theologian.
even in the 70s, women wouldn't even.
You couldn't even get
accounts.
bank. So let's not act like we don't know why your grandmom was with your grandfather to a certain extent. So a lot of these women were there because those men were the resource bringers, right? They didn't even. A lot of these men in biblical times didn't even sleep with all the women. They was the sister-in-law whose husband might have died. They married her, so she had protection. They didn't even sleep with all these women. When you look at biblical or you read journals from stuff like that, a Muslim's family, they just was taking care of the women in their family, and the way they did that was through marriage because it guaranteed them protection. So when you sit in this space, it's like you want that person that's going to understand you. And I know for men, they're like, well, I got to focus on my career because a lot of men can't do 2 things at one time. And so it's like, I can't give attention all to you when I'm focused on building over here. But then you look up and you're 40, 50 years old. And now you David Banner in it, saying I'm ready to get married and I'm ready to have a relationship. So he's going to have to go to a woman that's in her 30s at least to have children. You know what I'm saying? But here's the kicker: you got a lot of younger women who can't even have babies now. So he's going to have to go in that space of marrying somebody younger because he wants to have children. So you run the thing of being with somebody who you're going to have to be a father figure to. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like you keeping that and saying I'm willing to still be single. Like I'm willing to be single before I share a dude. That's me.
Yeah.
Now, not to say I ain't never did a smash and grab. I'm not saying that by no means. But that's what taught me this ain't it. Because it's like, wait a minute. And so that's for me, but that's not everybody. I know dudes and women who are in these situations, and it's a right now because it's a distraction. That's literally what it is for a lot of us.
What if they both agreed? Like, look,
They can agree. You ain't raping nobody.
But no, I'm saying, what if she's like, look, I don't, we can be together. And you let them know up front. No, I'm not seeing him. I'm only seeing you. But I don't want I don't want to be tied down with relationship type. You know,
To me, that's
want
just a relationship.
True,
After a certain
you're right.
point,
It is. It's still a relationship, right? Either way you slice it, because
she
y'all only
biding
messing with each other.
She biding time until you say it's official.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, trust me, I've met females too that said that, look, this is what it is, because I got so much going over here. Could be career wise. I can't give you all that, but I do want to spend time. If you so choose to mess with somebody, just respect me and let me know. You know what I'm saying? So this was what it is. He might say, okay, you know what? I'm not with nobody. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So this works for us. Yeah. But I guess really in hindsight, it's still a relationship. It's still a relationship. It's just not your.
Yeah.
You know, we just together 24/7.
I do know that there are people who have like a hard time like actually calling a relationship what it is.
Yeah.
Like I had this one friend in college, and he was with this girl for a long time. It probably was like 3 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, one day he hits me up and he's like talking to me and he's like, yeah, you know, I don't know if we're gonna like be together and something. And like, I was like, well, you know, what's going on? He's like, yeah, well, you know, I just won't give her what she wants. And I was like, what is it? Like, thinking like it was something big. He was like, well, I just won't call her my girlfriend. I'm like, what? Y'all been together for like 3 years, and you can't call her your girlfriend. To me, that's crazy.
Because it's psychological. The same way when you get into marriage, like people who date, right, and they can kick it, they have a good time. And but people are like, oh, that's just a piece of paper. You know what I mean? Oh, you know, it just that's the white man keeping track of us. Whatever excuse they need. But here's the thing. When they say that's that piece of paper, these are the same people who put their name on their sneakers. These are the same people who put their name on their lunch in the cafeteria. These are the same people that let you that will follow the same losing football team and be faithful. So it's like when you
damn, you pointing at me when you said.
So when you look at these type of things, because it's not just a piece of paper, because our ancestors jumped the broom. Right? It was symbolic. And that's what it is. It's a psychological shift that has to come when you're getting married. So when that psychological shift happened, like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so before we was kicking it, or that was my girlfriend and my boyfriend, we got an out clause. Even if we got kids, it's still out. But when you marry somebody and you make that covenant, now you breaking a spiritual thing in your mind mentally.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
You in a trap.
So it's a spiritual thing you're breaking now. So that's why a lot of them won't do it, because they still know. You be like, man, I know dudes, and even we know celebrities who say, man, you know, she the homie, she the best friend, like she know everything about me. All my stuff is in her name. I got a will with her in it. But you won't marry her because you know mentally that's the covenant you be breaking if you change your mind. And so that's why they can leave that woman in their will. They can do all this, but won't marry her, because men still know mentally that covenant, that's spiritual bound. You see what I'm saying? That's me saying, okay, that's my girlfriend. I got to out if I decide to change my mind. But if I'm married to her, I'm not breaking, bump that piece of paper. Because they can do, what is it, agreements, all that stuff. Prenup and all. It's mentally saying, I'm out of here.
You know what? Me personally, I can be with a woman forever and we not, I guess, be married far as on paper concerned. And or I could be married to far as paper concerned, but I can be content and we be together. We know we gonna be together and we ain't no outside. Even if we live together, we live separate. I honestly can be content with that. You know, I don't have a problem with that. I know
people who can be content with that.
Because once you know, marriage is a contract. That's pretty much. That's just a way for the state to say, okay, who are you gonna take money from?
Your ancestors didn't even necessarily did the paper. What they did was covenant spiritual. So whether they jumped the broom, read vows to each other, they were covenant.
Because during slavery, they wasn't allowed to.
But even if you took the paper away, you and that woman can make a covenant to each other. Spiritually bound. Just say, I'm gonna be here for you. But a lot of men ain't doing that.
And that's what I'm saying.
A lot of men ain't even doing that.
One of my dad's longest friends, him and his wife were together for like 40-something years, and they never like actually got married, even though at that point they were legally married, right? Or whatever they call it, after a certain time, you know.
So that's illegal now, by the way, in multiple states.
It's illegal?
Common law, common law marriages are now.
We used to acknowledge it here, but I think they stopped.
It's illegal now in South Carolina too.
Yeah. And they actually, you know, lived here.
But that's when you died. Guess who get that stuff when the men were dying? Not that woman they lived with.
Yeah, you have to put that in a trust.
Yeah, you got to put it in a will and all that. Otherwise, the family got that. A lot of women got stiffed that way. Because when a man died, it went to his family.
But it's just trust me, man. it's the legality of things, right? And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, right? So let's say I'm gonna use you two as for example. Let's say if y'all went on a cruise and y'all got stranded, right? The ship went down, y'all was on the island for, y'all been there maybe done 12, 14 years.
Yeah.
Obviously y'all gonna be together. He can literally, if y'all can find, he literally can say, no, this is my wife. This is my husband.
Yeah.
Then if y'all want to, y'all can come and officiate documents. That way the state will know how we gonna tax y'all, how things will be bond. But you can literally say that. The paper just the legality
Yeah, the
of it,
paper's
you
the
know what I'm saying?
legality, but
That's
a lot
all
of
it
people
is.
aren't even making a mental, spiritual covenant with
That's
one
what
another.
you're saying. Yeah.
'Cause
That's a good
technically,
point.
The Bible
That's
says
a good
whoever
point.
you sleep with first as a
That's it,
virgin
right.
is supposed to be your
That's
husband and your
supposed to
wife.
be- that's how it's
And
supposed to be.
so that's
But
the
we all out of order, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying we
We
all
all out of
completely out
order.
of
We all out of order,
So
right?
that's the thing, we
so
out of
yeah,
order.
so that's what it's saying. So, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either
Oh, I had like 100 wives.
I can do like, you mean concubines.
Yeah.
I can do it if need be. I can do it legally. Or I'm cool with, like as you say in the covenant, or we don't even do, but we know we together and I
Yeah.
know she with me, you know what I'm saying? And then I would put things in place to make sure if something happened that she gonna be taken care of, and likewise, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? For me, cause I'll be like, I don't care, even if it ain't, I'll be like, look at, I'm like this. I be looking, I don't give a damn what y'all say far as, and the Most High's eye, that's my
Yeah.
wife. You know what I'm saying?
But
I
what
don't
about
care
the
what
men
y'all
who?
say.
Okay, so what about the men who say stuff like this? Oh, I like. Well, I use celebrity who said this, and I won't even say his name. He was like, him and the woman live together. They got a kid together. He was like, I got her straight, all that stuff like that. Like I love her, she the ride or die, blah blah. But I don't, just I never seen a good marriage. So I was like. Okay, you not ate a bad restaurant, that stop you from going out to eat, right? You not had cars that went bad, that didn't stop you from getting a car. You not had friendships that went foul, that didn't stop you from getting a new friend. You had business deals that went wrong, that didn't stop you from doing business. But why do we use that excuse when it comes to marriage?
So let me ask you this. You say him and the girl, they've been together, they got kids, and they living together?
Yeah, they live
everything?
together. He was like, she my best friend, ride,
and they
die,
ain't
gotta
got
take
no,
care of.
and they being faithful. They ain't got no
No,
problems.
I'm assuming
Oh,
they
let's
being
assume they
faithful,
being faithful.
But he said
he
didn't believe. He said because he never saw a good marriage.
You know what? Know what I call him? I said, I said that's bullshit.
There you
know
go.
why?
That's bullshit.
You know why? I said, mother effer, you in a good marriage.
There you go.
You just saying legalized. That is a good marriage.
But that's how he used it. He was like on giving an interview, and I was like, bruh.
That's BS. You
Yeah.
in a good marriage.
Yep.
You just think about it.
The covenant.
Because
He don't want to mentally create the
think
covenant.
about it. You got some people. I got partners who just went to the courthouse and just did the legal.
Yeah.
No ceremony,
Yeah.
nothing. But legally, you gonna say, yeah, that's my wife. We got a ring. That's my wife. I believe that's BS. You in a good marriage. You just didn't do, and y'all already committed to one another, right?
Right. Got the kid living together.
But then what about? I seen people who been together 10 years on divorce. 10 years, got married. Even judge me when he says,
divorce
man,
in 4
y'all
months.
been together 10 years, huh? And been only married a year, and now y'all can't stand
Because
together.
it's the mental covenant. I'm telling you, it's that mental covenant. Because with that covenant makes you know I have to literally cleave into this person's feelings
permanent.
a little more. I have to be able to hold them down. I have to love them sometimes, but I don't even like me. I have to be able to say, I got you. I have to say, I am going to be faithful. Even if I like the dude walk by, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I still got to say, this mine, though. You see, that mental, because spiritual covenant is a whole different monster than a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Because a paper ain't gonna stop you from cheating. That spiritual part, that's why people talk about them spirits that jump on you when you getting bad with people. They ain't say the piece of paper to jump on you when you getting bad with people.
Yeah.
It's the covenant. That's why a lot of men back away from it, because even though you say, oh, men don't like marriage, men want to be singular with a one person and rock out. It's just they want to be with the right one.
That's true. I
that's the
totally
key.
agree. That's the key. Being with the right one, man. You can't just. I know some people.
Willy-nilly.
I know some men who love just as much as women do, and they just want to be with somebody. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it gotta be the right one.
Because you never had sex with somebody you drained, you like, goddamn, let me go home.
I'm like, yo. I'm like. If you got stocks, like I'm sure we all are stakeholders in companies. If you got stock, sometimes you hear a person say, oh man, I deal with this company here, so you may look it up yourself, or you get information from them and see how it's been treating them, right? So before you even do that, I know some people who don't even buy a suit from a certain place. That's because of it. Why you just going to marry somebody like that? You got to vet people, and that go for women too.
Yeah.
Just because this dude got bread, or he fine, he look good, and this and that, and yeah, he may treat his kids well, but you don't. That's not to say how he going to interact with you
He's
down
gonna
the
translate
line.
to
You
you.
got to really vet people. You can't just jump into a marriage. Anybody, that's men or women.
See, even them women talk about that trad stuff online, like you were talking about. Look at majority of these women who talk about that trad life. They had careers. Some of them make more money than their husband on social media selling the trad life. So technically, you taking care of the household more than your man. So it's just all like, just say you want to be taken care of and stop titling it. Just say, I want to be in that space of being a woman and my man walking in all his masculinity. I'm walking in all my femininity. That doesn't mean I can't cut the grass. You know what I mean? My man do it, like the woman who do the farm, her and her husband run that farm together. The lady you was talking about. I said, you just say, I want to be in that head space where he's holding me down this way, I'm holding him down this way. Now, you got somebody, one lady was like, I don't even want to think. I let my husband think for me. I was like, do you understand how exhausting that is for a man to think for himself? They ain't got to think for you too. I said, because he's going to look up and he's going to cheat on you because he's going to have somebody who worry about his feelings or even in and out. So that's the thing, like, just say, I want to be taken care of in this type of space, and I want my man to be taken care of in this type of space. And so when they try to put this trad or traditional, because women have had to work, and it's harder for black women.
Oh,
it's
so that's slang for traditional. When y'all say
trad wife.
Yeah, but they traditional. But and it's harder for black women.
There's this one girl online. She like makes all kinds of stuff from scratch.
Right, from scratch.
Oh, really?
And then you hear what about her husband and all his little extra bigoted stuff.
What is she like? What you call the Quakers or something?
No, like
that's how it feels.
She be dressed real pretty while she doing all that stuff. I was like,
yeah.
Y'all remember that one guy had the big podcast? And he all he was do was bash men. I don't know if he was a preacher.
Which one?
It was a black dude who bashed men by
Jackson,
cheating.
Derek Jackson.
Then kind of found out he was cheating on
Derek
his wife.
Jackson.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, Derek Jackson.
Boy, hey, they lit him up, boy.
And even before they found out about him,
up,
I had a couple of friends that would send me that, like, oh, yeah, look what he's saying. I was like, y'all ever notice this guy always in his car? And it was like, yeah, but that's what he found. I said, no. I said, if somebody's always in one particular place filming when they get a light bulb moment, and I was like, and he doesn't say certain things, or a lot of people don't build discernment to pick up nuances. And I was like, something up with my man, something up. And so I never really listened to it. And then when it all came out, I was like, I said, y'all be around here, but a lot of women, I had to realize, and a lot of men, they never had people that imparted wisdom into them. So when women were like, oh, the Steve Harvey think like a man, I never gave a damn about Steve Harvey books because I had grandmothers and aunts and mamas who told me this stuff before a man told me this stuff. You get what I'm saying? But once again, we didn't listen a lot. Like I had, aunts them that would say, hey, I come from a trip. I got my bags. Veronica, I told her my bags the whole trip. But when I get home and Daddy-O, my aunt used to call her husband Daddy-O. She was like, Daddy-O want to come take that luggage. I let him take the luggage because he wants to help me. She said, because if he don't take your luggage, you're going to take that woman down the street luggage. That was their mindset. But my mindset was, well, if his ass going to cheat because of some luggage, let him go, Negro.
Who used to call him Daddy-O?
Daddy-O.
Who used to say that?
My Aunt Six.
Oh, hey, would you let your woman call you Daddy?
I think that, I'm not into that.
Hey, Poppy.
Because Monique does that.
Yeah.
She called her husband Daddy and stuff like that.
And see, that's what I said.
That's always a little weird.
Would you do that? Call your man Daddy?
Nah, I call him Poppy, but it gotta be the right moment. But it's like, but now it gotta be in the moment. I ain't calling him Daddy in the street.
I feel that. I think that's weird too.
Some people like that.
But I think it's like, but Monique explained it why she did it, and that was for her. And some people have them things like that. But I look at that as like endearments are cute to me. You know what I mean? Like, you got to find the right one now. But endearments are cute and stuff like that to people. Yeah. But I think it's just all what we want.
It's just what you want. Because I feel some type of way. She called me Daddy. And my son, hey, Dad. And she like, you have that? I'm like,
yeah, I ain't calling no man no Daddy.
Or Daddy. And
yeah.
I'm like,
what we doing now? Like, I put a different language on it. Like, what you want to do, Poppy? Like, Stato, what we doing? But ain't going to be no...
Yeah,
I mean, nothing against that.
No, for me,
it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's like, nah.
I couldn't do that.
But yeah, especially when you look at him like, Negro, you ain't holding
and then y'all in the restaurant. They order, what you gonna order, Daddy?
Yeah.
That just rubbed me the wrong way just now.
I'd be like, what? Daddy?
And I don't get it, but like I said, everybody's different with that mess right there. Like, Papi Chulo.
Yeah, there's these clips on TikTok, and the girl, she'll be sitting there having dinner with like her dad and the dude.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, and she said "Daddy," and both of them turned around, and her daddy was like, "What? Wait a minute now," because they was pranking her dad. I saw that.
Okay,
and the dad was like, "Wait a minute,
That shit's hilarious.
Yeah. But like I said, these relationships nowadays, people just trying to find the right person, but they latching on to these relationship goals online and not seeing how people really are just like. And then we're dumbing down relationships. There's no built-in
'Cause of
strength.
social media?
Yeah, so, and then you got a bunch of people get married 3-4 times. Man, look at all these white female celebrities. They married 5 times in like 10 years.
Women divorce more than men now.
Why do they though?
Well, I'm
Let's
saying.
tell the truth. Why
No,
do
no,
women
no,
file
no, no.
more?
Why do they?
Because
This is the last thing we talked
this
about.
is the last
then
thing.
we gotta go. Yeah.
Oh
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Why women divorce more than men? Like back in the day, they depended on the men so much. Now women got their own. They ain't going to put up with the BS.
That's
no
not
more.
why?
That's not the main reason why women file. Women
Why?
file more than men.
Why?
Men will stay in filth. Men will stay in unhealthy relationships longer than women. Men will stay in anxiousness because society taught men to stay unhappy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
women, once they did the work, okay, and I went to the pastor, and I went to therapy, and I did all this, and I tried to talk to him, I'm out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You ain't
no,
gonna got the
no,
BS
so
no
that
more.
not even just BS. So we will file. Men are taught to live in that anxiousness, that hate. Y'all got a bunch of homeboys who in horrible marriages, and they will not leave that marriage. But a woman, once she tired, she will file them papers.
What do you think?
I'll file too.
Yeah, and
Life
that's
is
why
short.
it's rare. But that's
Life
see what I'm
is
saying. But you
short.
got a lot of men. I'm telling you,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
aren't filing and
Life
they
is
sitting
short.
in it.
Life is too short.
Society
man.
been teaching men
Yeah.
you're supposed to sit in anxiousness and hate, and that's why men dying faster earlier than women. So men need to get out.
I refuse to be with someone, and I'm gonna be. You know, you can come home and you just like, oh man, you was good all day. Then
Yeah.
down in the pit of your
Draining.
stomach.
Oh my God.
You like,
You
man, I
drive
gotta go
around
in
the
here and
blocks and
deal
you
with
ain't even got
this.
to go to the house.
I'll be like, no, I refuse. Granted, I will try to work, even if we gotta do counseling.
I'm saying,
to
once you tried
get on the plane.
everything,
Well, after that, I'm like, look here. After that, this is it.
Because that's why when Jeezy filed on old girl, it was a shock. Because you like, damn, the
Who?
dude did it when Jeezy filed on
yeah,
Jenny.
with Jenny Mo.
Because you
And
rarely
the way
see
he
men do
caught,
it.
and the way he courted her, I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
I'm gonna get killed for this, but I just think men are a little more blindly optimistic.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that's what it
no,
is.
that's facts.
That's part
I
of it.
think
Part
it's
of it
kind of
is
like,
that.
hey, we
Facts.
can figure this out.
Yeah.
Like,
And don't
it
put no
doesn't
work
have
into
to
figuring
be-
it out, though.
true, true.
They think it's going
A
to
lot of them ain't gonna go to therapy
Men
or
are,
do
yeah,
any of
men are
that.
optimistic.
So-
Women are more opportunistic. Am I saying that right?
You can say, but no, it's like we're going to sit here and once we did the work and you are still not doing the work, we're gone. But that's not all women now. You got some women who riding it out sitting there and they all permeating in the hate in the house. It's like when you're tired, that's why women file quicker than men. Like if I hadn't filed my ex, he would have sat his tail right up
you
in
did
there.
it?
I filed. And I was like, because I know he would have sat there in it without saying, because men are taught to just keep going even when it's killing them. You see what I'm saying? Men are taught even to
your
go.
relationship was killing him.
No. I said, no, yeah, you should never know. I was like, dragging his ass. But no.
Well, you know, I also
we
think-
got married young and didn't know what marriage was.
I also think men get lulled to sleep a little bit there.
Yeah.
And what happens is, it's not until the woman leaves them that they actually wake up.
Yeah, and be like, damn,
By
it was that
then,
bad?
And
it's
start
too
changing
late.
and
It's too late
Yeah.
because she done made it up in her head that she was gonna get.
Because she put the work in and you sat there. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Men,
So-
like you said, that false opportunity.
I
Little
know, right?
optimistic.
Optimism.
Yeah.
Optimism. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think
So-
you just got to go with relationships. Get yourself together like Brooks over here. Learn who you are. Discern what you really like. And it's okay if you a cushy handhold type of person. And it's okay if you want to wait till the right person. It's okay if you a tag 'em type of dude. It's like...
And she pointed at you.
I know that. You a tagger.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not a tagger.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just the dichotomy of the people. It's
I'm
like-
too tired for that now.
But I'm saying, like, all of us on this thing got things that we got. But it's like,
Yeah.
maintain who you really want to be because you will be happier. Getting all that run through and trying to settle and let society tell you to try different stuff that you know don't sit right with you, going to mess you up all the way, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
All the way.
For real.
Well, hey, this
All
is
of us on this panel is single just in case y'all ask.
Let them know.
Like, I don't chase nothing. I let it catch me.
There you
That's
go.
it.
That's how you do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We should talk about that next time.
Yeah.
The chase.
The chase.
Because I think
What, like
it's
courting?
kind of changed a little bit.
Dogs don't.
Kind of changed a little bit.
Cats don't chase dogs.
Some courtship, courting.
Because men need to learn
That's
how
old
to
school.
court. Men need to learn how to court. I'm going to say that for next time. Men need to learn how to
We got to
court.
talk about it for sure.
All
For
right,
sure.
bet.
Court me, goddamn.
Well, hey. Veronica, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Let the people know how they can get in touch with you and stuff like that. So.
Well, they can follow me on all my social media platforms under Dame Media, which is DAMMI Media. And I'm on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, all of the socials that you can think of. And just get to know me. It's fun.
You on OnlyFans too?
No, because see, if I was on OnlyFans, I'd shut that bitch down.
Here it is. Talk your ish.
Look, it would be no head, so you wouldn't even know. No face, no case. But trust. I do productions. I don't take pictures.
No face, no case. I heard that.
I do productions.
That's
I ain't got
what
no
I'm
pictures, boy.
talking Yeah.
Word.
And that's why you can't be poly, because if you can't handle me, how you talk about 2, 3 more? Like, no.
Well, once again, this is the Black Summit. I'm Brooks.
And I'm Hendrix.
And I'm Veronica.
And we out.
Peace.
Peace.